Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Yes, we are on the roll. And yes, Mr. Z is early. Is Mr. Z a couple minutes early? Mr. Z is a couple minutes early. I know, I know. So shout out to Passport OG. Wow, wow, wow. The disrespect. The disrespect. So this isn't. I said rant in the title. It's kind of gonna be a rant, but not really, right? Y'all know how Mr. Z speaks. You know, first the judge, excuse me, the judge said that he has been a judge for 17 years, or from my understanding, Passport OG said he's been a judge for 17 years, and this is the first time. So something was it 15 years or 17 years? I don't recall. And this was the first time he has been disrespected in his courtroom by a black woman of all people. Of course, but of course, because Mr. Judge, if you didn't know, you don't have any authority. Definitely not over a black woman. If you didn't know, um, you know, the contempt of black women towards black men is becomes so insane that even if you hold their career in your hands, you hold their life and their freedom in your hands, you have been, granted the authority, even by white folks, believe it or not. The contempt is so great, they just can't respect you. They can't even respect the position as long as you're in it, of course, as long as you hold that position. The contempt of black women towards black men is so great, they just can't contain themselves. They just can't, right? And I think that is why we saw what we saw with, you know, with the judge, and y'all give me 1 second because I'm trying to close my sunroof. There we go. Thank you, sunroof. And yeah, so they just can't respect it. And this lady did not respect it. This also reminds me of when the clip that Sarge Willie Pete used to have on his channel. I don't know if it's still there. I can't find it. But I only looked for it for like a minute of the black attorney, woman attorney, prosecutor, who was kind of fussing at the white male judge, kind of taking a tone with the white male judge, because the white male judge was trying to be a bit lenient with a young black man, and she got a little snarky. She got a little attitude with him. But of course, because it's a black young man's life, his freedom. But of course, you know, they can't help it. I said this to Shay Sade some 7-8 months ago at this point on her channel. The contempt of black men towards black women, they can't see past it. They cannot. Even to their own detriment, they can't. They can't respect your position. They can't respect your authority. They can't respect your AuthoritAH, right? They just cannot. Whatever black young man that didn't find her attractive in high school, whatever black young man drove her car and brought it back with no gas, whatever black young man Sid called her supposedly dark in a pejorative way when she was younger, or maybe even didn't find her attractive. She can't get past that, even if she's married to a black man like this lady was. Right? And what we see here, we saw in Kevin's channel, right? Even the older black woman, the more senior black woman, had to step in. She got a lecture. She got lectured, right? I'm not saying the no more seasoned black woman. I'm saying the junior attorney on the case. Even this more seasoned black woman had to pretty much apologize for her before she gave that half-ass apology. supremely sincere apology. But dear black women, these young black women are going to continue to embarrass you because you started it. To all you older black women, all of you that's about 50 and older, 55 and older, yeah, your daughters and your granddaughters going to keep on embarrassing you in front of white folks with their contempt of black men. You started it. Huh? So now you got to be embarrassed every time a young black woman speaks to a black man. It was watching 22, 20-year-old, 23-year-old, 25-year-old black women speaking to Kevin Samuels every night. All the contempt and anger in the world. But of course, he's a black man. And he's a black man that's telling black men, black young men, oh yeah, you don't got to put up with this crap. He was a black man that was telling young black men, by the way, as you age, especially if you stay the course, you got a couple of dollars, you're relatively fit. Oh yeah, it gets better. You get to do the choosing. Of course, these young women had contempt for him. But understand, this judge is not even speaking. We're not talking about intimacy. Dear FD signifier, dear foreign man in a foreign land, and consciously, and Professor Odie, the contempt and anger and resentment these women have against black men for not making them white women, the contempt and anger they have because of whatever young black man doesn't find them attractive, whatever athlete they think should be with a black woman that looks like them, all the contempt and anger they have because celebrity black men aren't having sex with and marrying the type of black woman that looks like this chick. It doesn't just stay an intimacy and sex and relationship thing. That contempt trickles down into black women and black men's everyday life. This is a black male judge who told you he ain't never been disrespected like this before. Over a decade. Some 15, 17 years. When we try to say he never presided, right? Or proceeded, but I said presided. Proceeded over white folks. He telling you he never had this type of proceeded, right? Proceeded, right? So we try to say he never proceeded over a case with any Latinos or any white folks. No. And he said he never been disrespected because at least they know that he has their freedom in his hands. He has their life in his hands. Maybe even other attorneys like you, ma'am. He has their career in his hands, and you couldn't get over it. That contempt of black men is real, y'all. It's real. Right? Was it black? The black man has no power. Or how did that case go? Y'all know which one I'm talking about. That white folks are bound to respect any black people of any authority. Black women took that and ran with it, and now they're saying that it applies to them. There's no black men in any position that black women are bound to respect. Ever. To the point where they're in bed for the white folks. And it's crazy because the white folks don't like him, but they understand it. And in that moment, they know that to yield to it, you can yield to the authority and the power of black man in 2 seconds. Right? Wow, embarrassing. And boomer black women, you're not off the hook. You raised this. Older extra women, you raised this. Y'all raised this. And these women are going to keep on embarrassing y'all. Even into your death, they're going to keep on embarrassing you. They're going to embarrass you in front of the white folks. They're going to embarrass you in front of black men. Even though you don't care about black men. But yeah, they're going to continue to embarrass you. You raised this. You raised these women to have contempt for black men on this level. Yes, yes, you did. Did you ever check them? Right? I'm a millennial. I excuse me. I grew up with your daughters. They've been having this contempt. Where did they get it from? Your daughters have been sounding like this since elementary school. Where did they get it from? From you. Boomer black women, older extra black women. So you sent your daughters out there to get the degrees, like we're talking about temperature or deodorant, fine. You sent them out there to get the degrees. They got it. And white folks still not trying to hire them. Well, will you look at that? Number one. Number two, and black men know we always come across this. We try not to tell y'all, but we still tell y'all. And what is Mr. Z talking about? Non-black people coming up to you. Damn, y'all got to deal with that? Damn, why is she so mean? Why is she so rude? What's wrong with her attitude? Black women, you think we lying when we say that? You know we're not lying when we say that. Right? All the contempt in the world because you're not a white woman. All the contempt in the world because the male celebrity you thought should be with someone like you isn't. Black male celebrity, excuse me. All the contempt in the world because black men are not the ones who went around the planet, raped, pillaged, conquered, destroyed it, to put about 20% of you where upper middle class white women are. Right? All the contempt in the world directed primarily to black men because y'all are cowards. Oh yeah, did Mr. Z just call a lot of these black women cowards? Oh yes, I did. Y'all know who to talk to like that. Huh. All the contempt in the world because you're not an upper middle class white woman. Directed towards black men, even black men with authority and power that have the power to destroy your life, to destroy your career. But you can't help it. You can't. Because what is a black man? Right? What is a black man? What Kanye said? A Negro in a coupe. Just a Negro in a coupe. Right? That Trick Daddy song, America, spelled with 2 Ks. That last verse, it wasn't Trick. That last verse wasn't Trick Daddy though. Right? You just still an N-word. You just still an N-word. Right? Trail Pitley says she get it from her mama. Shout out to Juvenile. But she do though. But she does. She does. Adric says, down with the patriarchy. Exactly. Down with the patriarchy, they say. Right? Down with the patriarchy. But the black community is not a patriarchy, nor has it ever been. Now what? The black community is run by black women like this. Huh? To these own women's detriment. Now, shout out to whoever that brother is that is her husband. From my understanding, that was the other attorney, the male attorney that was speaking. If I'm getting what Passport OG is saying correctly. Exactly, Tro. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because as Passport OG said, he's played a very delicate game to quote unquote protect his wife's honor when she put herself in the position where she's the one that's being disrespectful. She's the one with the contempt towards the judge, and he's about to hold her ass in contempt while he's showing the judge the deference and respect that that judge deserves. Dear black men, when black women talk about not feeling protected, this is what they're talking about. They want to, this is, so much can be extrapolated from this. The contempt she showed, the fact that her husband had to walk that tightrope, if I understand correctly, that was her husband, that was the other attorney, the male attorney. So much could be extrapolated from this. Because black women talking about they'd feel not protected, yeah, and you could take away from this also negative liberty. She want to talk however she want to talk. When that judge gave her a bit of that smoke back and tell her what she need to do, and her husband better still protect her, even though she's the one who put herself in that position, and stayed there. Wow. That's what they mean by protection. I should be able to speak however I want to speak, to whoever I want to speak to it, to like that. And my man, or whatever man I have, better throw himself in the fire, put his career, his life, his sanity on the line for a situation I put myself in. Because if he doesn't do that, he's not a real man. And he's definitely not my man, not anymore. Black women are the most disrespected and least protected. Black women are the least protected and most disrespected. Shut up. Y'all say that because you have a matriarchal mindset and you want to be able to kill people with your eyes. Right? Y'all must think y'all Sasuke or something. Right? You say that because you want to be able to say, off with his head. Right? Y'all are clinically insane. And I understand, being under this system will drive some crazy. Absolutely. Absolutely. But your insanity doesn't come from that, not all the way. A lot of that insanity is just pure, unadulterated envy of white women. Upper middle class white women, to be exact. And even they don't have that type of power. Better you said I told you they got some wicked genjutsu, hysterical. Right? And Venom K says, bruh, I just watched it. I felt secondhand embarrassment for him. That's your wife. That's what I'm telling y'all. Like, everything from the garden gnome to like you see some of these black women. It's the same thing I said about Ben Shapiro. Y'all know I love flaming Ben Shapiro and wife for letting him jump in and out of her and orgasm in her ear. It's the same way I be feeling about these brothers who have these women as wives and girlfriends. Right? Look, if she's talking to a judge like that, who has her career in his hands, talking about filing grievances on the judge, I'ma show you just a black man. You ain't nobody. You ain't a black woman. You're not a white man. You ain't even a white woman. You don't got no power over me, even though you really do. I'm show you. I'm gonna have the white people come and flex on you. And here's the husband just sitting there. Oh, the embarrassment. For the world to know how much contempt your wife has for black men. Oh, that house must be lovely. Oh, your home must be a beautiful place to be. Oh man. Hi, Tina Knowles. Goddamn. Goddamn, Z. That didn't last too long. All those people is like, yeah, he gonna divorce her ass. We knew it. Come on, we knew what. Once you saw the look on her face, and then you saw the look on Mr. Lawson's face, oh, you knew, huh? All you dudes who y'all having sex with these women, y'all dating these women, you marry these women, and they sound like this and think like this about black men, and you think what? You're different. You're the exception to the rule. See you in divorce court, huh? That's oh, that's embarrassing. Exactly, and as a matter of fact, that from my understanding, Passport OG read a comment that said that, right? And Mr. Shook to you says, "Here's the rub: if she ever gets to sit on that throne, straight tracks, she will never take that kind of disrespect. Of course, a black woman judge would have sent the cops to your damn house to come and get you. Oh, you're not gonna show up here at 12 o'clock? Watch this." A black woman judge would have sent the cops to come and get you. Once again, when you really buy into intersectionality, hook, line, and sinker, you think whatever you do is justified because you're the bottom caste. You're the absolute bottom, right? Right? And when I absolute bottom, you're on the bottom of the ladder, and because you're on the bottom of this racial, gendered hierarchy, everything you do is punching up. Nothing you do is that serious to any individual or to any group of people. It's never that serious because anything you do is either as a reaction or response to a more powerful, influential individual or group of people. And that is how black women move about, especially people like this woman. Intersectionality has informed them that black men are in a better position than they are. And so nothing they do is actually wrong because they're always responding to name the ism: colorism, sexism, featureism, texturism, patriarchy, misogynoir, right? So it doesn't really count. It only counts if a man does this, right? And the biggest issue that black women are going to have is that non-black women just don't buy into this. And the person that's going to put the foot in y'all ass is not going to be a black man. It's going to be the same white folks. Oftentimes the same white women you worship. Excuse me. Oftentimes the same white men you worship. And then on the other side, the white women you wish you were. Right? Cynthia G was talking all that crap. And who took her out? Exactly. Right? Y'all in the way like a mug. There we go. Right? All Cynthia G speaking about aborting black male babies. And it wasn't a black person, right? I said it. Y'all contempt for black men is so great. It's not going to be black men. Unfortunately, you've enculturated black men into your anti-black misandry. All the homophobic, sexist, anti-black male rhetoric, black men are kind of used to. But those quote unquote well-meaning white folks and non-black people, I'm not saying these non-black people mean black men well, that they really care, but y'all language be so egregious, it makes even them cringe, right? Yes, the language is that crazy. Yes, black women, yes. That's how embarrassing it is. And you could couch it as just responding to black men and their colorism and their sexism and their misogyny. You could couch it however you want. That's what y'all do on these college and university campuses, straight lying, right? And then in between Gawk 3000 sessions, your white homegirl sees some of the comments, her black boyfriend or situationship show her some of the comments on social media, and she's like, oh my God, I didn't know they talk to y'all like that. Of course. You think Amy don't know you lying to her face? She know. Dear black women, they know. Right? Just like you living vicariously through them, they're living vicariously through you. Because they know they can't talk to white men like that. And y'all give Mr. Z 1 second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. Exactly. Exactly. And Jake says Judge Dust. Yeah, because every black man is dusty. Isn't that what that little thrown off chick that O'Shea likes to cover said? All black men are dusty. So yeah, you're Jake. You're definitely right. Judge Dust, because all black men are dusty. At least she said it. All these other black women act like they don't believe that too, right? All black men are dusty. Especially if you ain't kissing black women's ass, you extra dusty, right? Shout out to all you old head black men. Y'all don't realize what era we living in. Shout out to BGS. Shout out to Black Uru, Art New Style, AL Evans. A couple of these brothers get it. But the Steve Harveys of the world, tell them to shut the hell up. You don't know what era we're in. Or you do and you kissing a whole lot of ass. I lean more to that direction. Your daughters are not, yeah, y'all had to deal with some stuff from these boomer black women. Absolutely. Not saying you didn't. But once you get to the younger Xers, millennials, oh my God. And Gen Z, black women, right? Thank you. And thank you, Jay. And Jake says, regardless of the tax bracket, all black men are dusty. Exactly. Now, how is that not the same as you just a Negro in a coop? Right? You're just a Negro in a coop. That's exactly what she's saying. And that's that. Once again, especially to all you old heads who keep on lecturing to black men about who they need, Dr. Umar Johnson, about who they need to be for black women. These are the black women you're talking about. She's married. Her husband is an attorney. Let's say that again. She is married and her husband is an attorney, and she about to mess up a bag. Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, if they get divorced and this brother end up with a Latina, you're going to start talking crap. Let me say that again. Y'all need to make better products. Dear the black community, y'all need to, this thing with black women. Oh no, y'all got to produce a better product. Nope, nope, nope. Can't do it. Nope. If this is what Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to force us to end up with, if this is what Steve Harvey is talking about, oh no, y'all could keep that. Nope. If this is what FD Signify keep on trying to reframe and rephrase and try to contextualize their behavior for, y'all could keep that. Y'all could keep that. Nope. This, right? Or is Crystal and Kerosene going to tell us, oh, he's just big peen and swag? And let's be very clear. That wife didn't respect her husband or the judge. She didn't disrespect the two men at the same time. She didn't respect two men's authority at the same time. Crystal and Kerosene, is that because both of them are just big peen and swag? A judge and an attorney? Isn't this what black women keep on telling us they want? Two successful black men? Huh? And what that mean? Nothing. She disrespecting both of them at the same time. Alexa, play Future at the same damn time, please. Right? And Dr. Umar Johnson is talking all this crap about this behavior. This is what we supposed to. Wait a minute, he did turn her into a wife. Her and her attitude still sucks. Chrissy, how do you explain this, Chrissy? Real Talk with Yeti, how do you explain this? Tanya TKO, how do you explain this? She is married to an attorney. From my understanding, she's going through that process herself, which means they're going to be solidly middle class, maybe even upper middle class family. And she's speaking to a judge this way. Huh. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And she is speaking to a judge this way. Right? Huh. So what's next? I love it. I love it. I love that we're in the era. But these people, excuse me, these people don't appreciate the era we're in. All black women, y'all were running amok in the 2010s. In the aughts. In the 2000s, in the 2010s, oh, y'all were running them, especially in the 2010s. Oh my God. Social media was just a gravesite for black men. Coming from black women. All the contempt, y'all just let it spew out. In the early 2020s. Well, we're still in the early 2020s. It's a new day now though. Y'all just gonna keep on being exposed for the little contemptuous, right? Cantankerous, mean-spirited, snarky a-holes that y'all are. For those of you that are this, you're just going to continue to be exposed for it. And then people will stop asking black men why we're not marrying black women. And as the black manosphere particularly pushes the data in everyone's face, people will stop telling us that black women are doing better than us financially. Not true. They'll stop asking us as more and more the information and data comes out, and y'all expose yourselves more and more. Your contempt for black men is so great you don't even know how to not to expose it anymore. At least boomer black women at least understood that. At least that. But the contempt is so great. Right? I played it in one of the intros for my videos, not a live, but an actual video. The song, the homegirl just straight up said, "I hate N-words, I hate N-words." That's the whole thing. I hate N-words, I hate N-words, I hate N-words. Over BTS couldn't even listen to it. He was like, I don't know how you do it. I couldn't listen to this woman just keep on saying, "I hate N-words." Yeah. Huh? Chrissy, every time the neo-Nazi divestors start speaking, she ducking and dodging. Chrissy, you helped to make them. Huh? Crystal and Kerosene acting like, oh my God, talking about aborting black male babies. Crystal and Kerosene, you helped to create them. What you thought? Huh? Whenever these people get caught up, Paris Milan ain't nowhere to be found. Well, she's married now, so you know. Because she still got married to all you dear black woman. I told you she was a grifter. She still got married to a black man on y'all ass. Yeah, he might be Nigerian, but he's still a black man. What happened? Told you she was a grifter. You wanted rage porn, she gave it to you. Right? Of course you're gonna have a Princella. Where do you, dear black women, where do you think? Let me get this right. Screw whatever Madison Brown is saying. The data shows us what it really is. Fine. That doesn't mean no white man, but most white men they just try to keep it white, right? And if they step out, it's going to be to Asian, most likely East Asian. Fine. You can't really pull you to white and non-black men, the Latinos, the Asian men like that. Not in any real number, not in any significant number. It's called anti-blackness, you dummies. Fine. Then you have contempt for black men. You think you're better than them. Most of them are not super baller enough for you to fake it with for at least 5 years until you could divorce him. Okay, fine. Many of you are tired of playing with your rose toy and crying yourself to sleep at night with the Lifetime movies and the ice cream. Okay, fine. So where does that leave you? This is when Princella comes in. Pun intended. Of course there's a lane for Princella. Why wouldn't there be? A woman like this, her and her husband don't work out and they get divorced. Where's she going? What man is going to end up with this after him? So she can either get her a super old, wrinkly, white sugar daddy, maybe, possibly, probably not, or do the same sex loving thing. Shout out to Princella. Huh? You know, I thought that. And Mr. Shook to you says she was also wearing that mask in the court to hide her scowl of disdain. because you know she got lectured to. She got lectured to Mama Bear. Mama Bear lectured her. That same senior attorney. I put money that senior attorney lectured her, got on her ass, and she. I don't want, but I don't want to. I don't want to eat my vegetables. Now you're gonna eat these vegetables. You are going to apologize. I don't want to put on a mask, but you gotta apologize. Did y'all see the apology? Did it seem any type of enthusiastic compared to how she was speaking to him before? Did you see any of that same energy? But of course not. I'm only doing this because Mama made me. You ever had to apologize to a sibling because your parents made you? You ever get into a little scuffle or a little situation in elementary school and the teacher make you shake the other person's hand when you really want to deck them in the face? There you go. Right? Well, if I gotta, what's that word? I can't even get it out. If I gotta apologize, right? You know. If I gotta, I'm surprised she wasn't growling on this stand. I'm surprised she wasn't growling, right? If I'm gonna apologize, I guess I'll wear a mask, right? Thank you. And Jake says she was made to apologize. She wasn't going to do it herself. She wasn't going to do it on her own volition. Of course not. No, hell no, absolutely not. She still don't really. I put money. Most likely, you never know. Some people, right? But I put money. She probably still is like, but what did I do wrong? He disrespected me. What did I do wrong? He was the power hungry one, just like some of those comments that Passport OG was reading. What did I do wrong? Well, if I have to apologize for my career, I guess I'll do it. The contempt for black men, oh boy. That contempt for black men is insane coming from black women. It's over 9,000. It's insane. They can't even pretend. The contempt is insane. The resentment for black men not making them white women is insane. The fact that you might have a position over them and they have to, at least even if they don't respect you, respect the position. The resentment. Oh, right. Atrix says that's honorable dust to you, right? She couldn't respect his authority, right? Man, that's they trans man. Yeah, I wish y'all would tell me that the black community is a patriarchy. I wish y'all find me y'all girl cousins who have send them to Z. I wish y'all would come out the mouth saying the black community is a patriarchy or even a failed patriarchy. I wish you would. Right? Jeez, the contempt is out of this world. The contempt for black men from black women, especially even worse, young black women, is out of this world. As I said, you saw it every night on Kevin's show. 22 and 23-year-olds talking to this grown over 50-year-old, not even like their peers, worse than like their peers. Once again, like he's beneath them because in their mind he is. That public display of contempt for black men, y'all can't even keep it in-house. Cameras rolling, non-black people all around, and you still can't help yourself. Black restaurant owner asked her to stop twerking on tables. Oh, just a black man. Screw him. Young black man give you money at your food truck, and you decide to keep it. He's just a Negro. What he know? Yeah, he might be rich, but screw him. What he know? Huh? This lady disrespected her husband and the judge in front of everyone's face. Wow. Oh, we got Salty Balls in here. What's going on? The funniest name in the black manosphere. And Salty Ball says, it's funny that you say that they disrespect their elder black men, but when they get their own medicine, they complain, look at how he treats a woman. Of course, but once again, intersectionality informs us that they're punching up. It's not the same, right? Because the black community is a quote unquote patriarchy. Is really not. They don't even really say that, but just for argument's sake, because the black community is a patriarchy, quote unquote a patriarchy. Let me bring this back, air quotes, a patriarchy. Intersectionality informs them that when they're acting like this towards black men, when they speak to black men in all type of insane tones, it's okay because they're not actually hurting black men. They're not actually being disrespectful. They don't actually have contempt for black men. It's not the same because they're punching up. Because they're black plus woman. Don't you get it? Don't you get it, Salty Balls? I'm black plus woman plus I'm LGBTQ plus this plus that. Right? And these different intersecting forms of oppression inform me that I can never harm you. Even if I shoot you dead, I can never harm you. And there you go. And she has air. Look, I gotta bring this up again because it paints the perfect picture. Your husband's an attorney. You are going through the process yourself currently. You are speaking to a black male judge. So you got a black man that's an attorney, a black judge, black male judge. You yourself, you're a black woman. You're going through the process. And even in that, being in this supremely advantageous situation, you still couldn't wait for the word. Z, you about to use this word towards black women. Oh, Z, you about to use this word towards black women. You couldn't humble yourself. Oh, their heads are exploding. Check their blood pressure. Their heads are exploding. You couldn't humble yourself. You couldn't humble yourself in respect of your black husband, and you definitely couldn't humble yourself to respect that black male judge. Did a black man just tell a black woman to humble herself? Yes, he did, and their heads are exploding. Right? Their heads are exploding everywhere, everyone. A black man is telling black women to humble themselves. And he doesn't even mean it disrespectfully, but it doesn't matter because just saying it to a black woman as a black man is disrespectful. Even if that judge has her career in his hands, she couldn't help it. Right? And Black Uru says, "I'm disappointed at the judge and the male attorney. They both are enablers." But she's mama black woman. The only person that could bring her down a peg is, like we saw, is Big Mama, the more senior female judge. Excuse me, the more senior black female judge. I mean, excuse me, attorney. I keep on saying judge. Sorry, attorney. That's the only person. She wasn't hearing what her husband was saying. She wasn't hearing what that black male judge was saying. The only person that could get her in line is, wait for it, a elder black woman. Now, will you look at that? Right? Oh God, Salty Balls hitting us with the Bible verses. Look, Salty Balls, I end up sitting. I suck at this. Okay, let me try. Right? I'm still I'm still doing verses, but the honors verse of today is Isaiah 3:16-26. Aside from your religion orientation, that Bible verse will tell you about being humbled, right? Yeah. But they can't not wait, let me take that back. Because we're still wrong. I'm still framing it wrong. They could be humble, just not to you, black man, not to you, black man of authority, not to you, black man in position, not to you, black man with some money, not to you, black man with some status, because you still just a Negro in a coop. Huh? The Dred Scott decision, are we sure that the judge was just talking about white folks? Are we sure the judge wasn't also speaking about black women? Black men have no power, no authority, no freedom, no nothing that a black woman is bound to respect. Salty boss says, time summons the scribe. Look, right? Thank you. I said this earlier too, Black Uru. And Black Uru says, he said in his 17 years as a judge, he had never seen the court disrespected in that way. There should be some serious punishment for that sort of violation. Man, it's embarrassing. And we're going to continue to have this. Dear boomer black women, I feel no sympathy for you because you raised this. Older extra black women, I feel no sympathy for you because you raised this. These are your daughters. These are your daughters. Gen Z and millennial women, younger, especially younger millennial, but Gen Z and millennial women, black women that talk like this, that act like this. She's married to an attorney. She got her the black man that's an attorney. It don't mean anything. She's in front of a black male judge. It doesn't mean anything. All that talk about where black men need to be, what they gotta earn, their position, she has it. Don't mean anything. She disrespected her husband and the judge right there at the same damn time. Right? Good. Ooh, see, Black Moon. Now, Black Moon, you punch it under the belt with this one. Oh, you punch it under the belt with this one. Because you're saying the same thing I'm saying, which is she disrespected her husband too to put him in that position. And Black Uru says, also, since she had misbehaved in the presence of her husband, he should have to been required to attend that apology as well. What movie was it, y'all? Was it Four Brothers? The one with Marky Mark and Three Stacks and a couple of them? And what's his name? Whoever the antagonist was in the movie, he had one of those dudes eat from the floor, and then he made the dude's wife eat from the floor too. Right? Jake already knew where I'm going. He said yes. Yeah. I'm just saying. Right? And Jake, see what I'm saying, Jake? And Jake said, so we're supposed to alpha our way through that? No, son. Somebody tell Dr. Umar Johnson, because he's gonna find a way to say, well, you don't tell me about her life. She's married to an attorney. Whenever stuff like this come up, we gotta ask Dr. Umar Johnson, and what do you have to say about this? You can't say he's dusty. You can't say the judge was taking a tone with her. You can't say, oh, well, black men's power and patriarchy. None of it applies here. Just a rude, snarky, mean black woman that doesn't know her Z, don't say it. You're about to say it. That doesn't know her place in the situation. Doing too much. Z, did you just say a black woman didn't know her place? Oh, yes, I did. Doing too much. Right? Naaman said, Dr. Umar Johnson is going to simp his way out of this. You know it. Right? Man. Thank you. And Jake said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And Jake said she spoke for her. We're speaking about the Four Brothers movie. And Jake said she spoke for her husband, and Victor Sweet made her eat the pasta as well. Exactly. I'm just saying, there's lessons in movies, Mr. Judge. I'm just saying. You can learn a lot from some of these movies. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything else. I'm just saying. Doing too much. The judge you really know. He gave her the look. He gave her like, who the hell are you? Like, you didn't say it like that, but he said it like that. Right? Man. Absolutely insane. Man, look, from now on, I'm glad that we own Dusty. Y'all don't understand how happy Mr. Z is that we just owned, and we owned it quick too. It didn't even take us that long. Why, Mr. Z? To emphasize the point, you can't weaponize these words and this language against the black manosphere. We'll take that because we know it doesn't. And this is a proof example. We know it doesn't mean anything. It's just you throwing a temper tantrum. Just throwing out words to insult black men. We know it doesn't actually mean poor loser black men. That's how you frame it in the beginning, and then if we wait long enough, then it's just going to mean all black men, particularly the black men that disagree with you, or the black men that don't kiss your ass, right? Black Uru saying everything we just say exactly, and Black Uru says she gave a crappy. We'll say crappy. She gave a crappy apology, and she attempted to give the apology while wearing a mask. Yeah, we said that. Yep. Over her mouth, so she couldn't even barely be heard. She could barely be heard. It was very disrespectful, and the judge allowed it. And see that? Yeah, that part. That one I couldn't let slide. I couldn't let that one slide. I could not let that one slide. Nope. Salty Boston, what's up, my Dusty? Oh man. Salty Boston, Dusty, please. Alexa, play Rush Hour 1, please. Right? Man. Trail with the bars. Trail said, the Honorable Judge Dusty. Oh man. I got something for the dust. Anyway, respect to your husband. Salty Balls. I was trying to ignore it, Salty Balls. You gotta have me read this. And Salty Balls says, Queen of the Dam. Look, I am not Obsidian. My reading skills are not up to par, okay? And Salty Balls says, 1, for thine she heathen, was the beast a burden and crowned about thy head with the manes of, was that 10,000? 10,000 steeds bestowed with talents. Oh my God, of the iridescent grade. Wow, look, salty balls. Queen of the dam too, and and a walk a walk that awakens the trumpets and clarions, all that all the of the simp armies, all the, wait, I'm reading this weird, all the of the simp armies of the dominion, mindless and spineless eunuchs, absent manhood about the about the lions. What? I get it. But these simp Negroes let her do it. There we go. Tell me, was my translation on point? Right? She did it, and these simp Negroes let her. Oh man. She was disrespectful, and these simp Negroes let it happen. Oh, it's called loins. Okay. Oh, loins. Sorry. Right. And Mr. Shook to you said, Dusty, this beneath me apology. Well, you know what? I agree with Black Uru. So that apology was so half-ass. It wasn't a real apology. And at least he made her take off the mask. Right? He said he couldn't hear her, which is the best way to do it. Right? I'm gonna need a Toya translator for Salty Balls when he get into his scripture talk. And Salty Balls, thank you for the compliment. He said, good reading, and every verse now. I'm going to start practicing now, because if we're going to have Salty Balls in the chat, I'm going to have to start practicing reading scripture type phraseology. And Salty Balls says, good reading in every verse now. I will add Dusty as an amen. Can we get a Dusty? Look, oh man, y'all don't I want to shove it in their face every chance. Yes, Mr. Z's being petty. Absolutely. Right? For us to start saying Dusty instead of amen and Dust We Trust, oh, you better believe it. And thank you, Jake. Exactly. And let the bro say Dusty. Not amen, but Dusty. Exactly. Man, I think we should own it. I think we should own it. Definitely. And Trell says ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Oh man. So I don't know if this song got out of South Florida. There was a song that used to be called Ashes to Ashes and Dust to Dust. It was called Picture on the T-shirt. Picture on a T-shirt. But I'm almost saying the rest of the country doesn't know the song I'm speaking of, but probably one or two of you. But when Trell said that was the first thing that came to my mind. Oh man. Picture on a T-shirt. It was, it wasn't that huge. Pause. In South Florida, but it got a little bit of underground radio play. And Mr. Shook to You says, I remember that song. Okay. At least I'm not the only one, right? Yes, right. Man, look, I own it. Look, and Telescope says, and on the seventh day, God dusted. Own it. Because it don't mean anything. They use it as a way to just say the N-word. That's their N-word. Right? At first, it sounded like, okay, they're just calling Negroes that don't have anything and that's, not doing great in life dusty, but eventually they just said it the way they meant it. It means all of you. Right? Yeah, I caught that too. And Black Uru says, and maybe this is the old man in me, but regardless of the weather, they are remotely working. Attorneys should be formally dressed when officially presenting before a court. Yeah, good point. Y'all killing me. First Salty Ball says dust a nut. And then Mr. Donnie Mac says DWA, Dusty with an attitude. That needs to go on a t-shirt. Now that one, knock on wood, look, don't you be stealing the idea. That needs to go on a t-shirt, Mr. Donnie Mac. Dusty with an attitude. Look, let him own. Hey, y'all call this Dusty? Watch this. All right? Because we know y'all just saying it because you don't got nothing else. You don't have anything else. Right? Ashes and dust to dust. Oh man, Trail killed me. Right? And the song I'm talking about, it's like a little, underground joint that we used to listen to down here in South Florida. It's somewhere on one of my old iPods. Right? Man. So, moral of the story is, if your wife don't listen to you, don't have her in court. Right? If your wife doesn't know how to behave herself, if you know your wife secretly has contempt for black men, even though she's married to one that apparently is doing pretty okay in life, maybe you don't want to bring her out in public. She's gonna embarrass your ass. Right? If you know your wife, your black wife, has a problem with black male authority, maybe leave her ass at home. Right? Jeez. Doing too much. Embarrassed your husband, disrespected the judge, gave a fake ass apology, just all type of messed up. Man. Gee, this is bad. This contempt is bad, everyone, right? And I think we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more of this. Mama Bear had to bring her down a little bit. I would have loved to see what that conversation was. I would have loved to see what that conversation looked like. How arrogant do you have to be talking back and with attitude to a judge? Right? As an attorney, as anyone that has anything, that judge runs that courtroom. Across the board, and anyone in that courtroom could be held in contempt. Whether it's virtual or not. Jeez. Okay, and Namath says Mama Bear was a senior partner of the law firm they were from. Are you sure about that? Jeez. So, dear black women, keep on embarrassing yourselves because of your contempt of black men, black male authority, black men in position. Just, Mr. Donnie Mac, for real though. And Mr. Donnie Mac says, little girl, I done told y'all not to go that far when they wearing them black robes. She couldn't help herself. Right? We got a troll. Don't kick her out, y'all. Let the troll troll. Let the troll troll. Right? Oh yeah. And grab second gear says, well, this is a second incident of a woman disrespecting a judge. They can't help it. They can't help it. The society has played with a lot of them with kid gloves. Right? They feel like they're being so put upon. And I would love for these people to be black men for a couple years. Not for a week, not for a month or two. Give them 6 months to a year, and it'll break them. they would be jumping off of bridges, right? I see it, Salty Balls. I see it, right? We let the trolls troll, Salty. We let the trolls troll, right? So they could prove our point. Because it ain't Z she got worried about. Z's in a relationship with a black woman, right? What she got worried about is her future, and definitely if she ever have any daughters or if she have any now, their future. So you let the trolls troll, right? You let the trolls troll. You tell them what their future is going to look like, so you can strip them of plausible deniability, and then let them live their life and run right into that future you told them it was going to be, right? That's it. Like I said, you let the trolls troll. You tell them what it is. Hey, your life might be all right. Probably not. You wouldn't be here if it was. But what about your daughter if you have one? What is her future going to look like? With what spouse? The mythical, magical white man? Okay, yeah, that's it. Right? Hmm. Man. Yep, yep, yep. Anyway, so like we were saying, the contempt that black women have for wait a minute. I think somebody's acting that out right now. Aren't we talking about the contempt that black women have for black men, especially black men with authority? I It looks like right now someone's acting that out in front of us. Huh. Would y'all say Mr. Z manifested this? But right? Oh. And this is when they become myopic and short-sighted. Anyone that has a channel will know that someone in their comments talking crap can easily go bye-bye. That means that that person, the operator of that channel, does have some power and wait for it, authority. See, when you have contempt for black men so much that it blinds you and you make retarded, uninformed comments because your disdain of black men causes you to be myopic, you don't actually fully appreciate that that person has the ability to either get you blocked or to block you. Right? It's very interesting. We're talking about a woman who, from my understanding, is an attorney who disrespected her husband and a black male judge because of her contempt for black male authority. And then we see that happening on my channel. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, as I told y'all, to them, we're just a Negro in a coop. Right? Huh. Yeah. And Mr. Z, this year I seen, got an idea of how much I made last year. And yeah, I'm definitely not in the top 10%. I'm not. But I earn more than most men. I didn't say black men. Most men in America will ever earn in their lifetime. It still ain't saying much. I'm telling y'all, it's really not. It's really not. For all of us in this area of income in America, you still ain't really saying nothing. But I still earn more than most men in America will ever earn in their life. That includes the white men that these women worship. And then now I'm being told, I'm just a black man that complains about black women on the internet. Yeah. Black men, you see how this works, right? Y'all see how this works? You know, salty balls. God damn it, salty balls. Okay, okay, wait. Let me. We got to get in our scripture mode. Okay, okay. I'm gonna be fumbling all over this, but okay, right? And salty ball says, "You gotta practice, Z. God damn it, I'm gonna make sure of it." His salty ball says, "Don brethren exhibit the finest exhibitions of boundary. Wait, banditry. There we go. Good old fashioned dustiness for you all villains, outlaws, and the like. May the aforementioned be embellished in the most mighty, the dusty, the dusty." Jake went back to preschool on him. Jake said she's stuck on the nanny boo boo mode, which is tragic to see, hysterical. Oh man, no place for the thank you for the super sticker. Oh, and Jake says Dusty Bandit's coming this spring to Tubi. One of y'all with a couple of dollars to spare really do need to make a Tubi movie with your cell phone. The Bandits of Dusty Rivers or something like that. Showing black men piping all type of women, leaving them, jumping in his hoopty, leaving at the middle of the night, right? Ducking and dodging his biological kids, trying to start a rap career, right? It'd be like a different type of hustle and flow, right? Chelsea from dawn to dusk. The Adventures of Dusty Rivers. Chelsea dusting and dodging, hysterical. We're just gonna own it. We're just gonna own, dear black women. We're just gonna own it. We dusty now. We're dusty. Y'all see Mr. Own? Yeah, see Mr. Own. Y'all see Mr. Z own Sassy? Yep. Now what? Y'all killing me right now. Right? Thank you, Jake said, bro. She don't know how trolling works. Really don't. Oh well, look, we ain't getting no comments in a little while. Think she I think she thought. We're like, no, we're not. My feelings. There we go. Oh, now we going back to the 90s and the early aughts, right? Just calling black men all type of B words. Yeah. See, this is what happens when you use this type of rhetoric and this type of language so much that it no longer has an effect. So you can say this to a person, you could type it down, you can be as disrespectful and mean and dark and ugly and rude and disrespectful as humanly possible. It really doesn't mean anything. Your sister and then did it too much. That's if we really believe. It'd be so weird if you really a brother acting like this. Shame on you, right? But if you really are who we think you are, black woman, right? Unfortunately for you, right? Unfortunately for you, we're used to this. Next, right? We're used to this as black men. Next. Unfortunately for you, your mothers, some of your grandmothers, definitely your older cousins and sisters, they spoke like this already, so we're kind of enculturated. Unfortunately for you, it doesn't have the same power anymore, unfortunately. Whoopsie, you're bad. You were born in the wrong era. Too young. Yep. Doesn't that black men? Imagine if we were these people, right? We got used to watching our older sisters and cousins talk to black men all type of crazy, be extra mean and rude, and then we come of age and we're like, "Ooh, I get to do it too." And then black men hear you do it and like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, okay, whatever." Are you okay? No, okay. No, better yet, ooh, look, I'm actually responding. I'm still wrong. No, you do all that, and then you look around and there's no black men. The Negroes is getting their passport and they talking to Consuela that's standing next to you. Huh? Can't disrespect someone if they're not there. Can't be mean to someone if they're not there. Right? And Salty Ball says, for score and for sake of 2 years ago, archaeologists found evidence of banditry and dustiness. And see, I wasn't even ready. I was like, look, Mr. Z, you should have known. Okay, there we go. And dustiness, an iron chariot of sorts, a Buick, not the Buick, a Buick lift in front of home, inoperable in contemporary times with 3 rims and a spare tire. We in the hood. We in the hood. Not a Buick. You even say a Buck Chevy, right? Not an Oldsmobile, a Buick, right? You know it. You know it. And Mr. Shook to You says the main consumer of Dusty Ninja Show would be a black woman. Of course, would be black women. Of course, Mr. Shook to You, you know, right? Salty Ball said a deuce and a quarter. No, not the Buick. Y'all leave the Buicks alone. Oh man. Talking about that, me and one of my coworkers was speaking about Grand Nationals. He really wants a Grand National. Latino brother I work with, he really wants it. I'm like, and I got the Z too, so he's like, but he has stuff to do. Right, he has stuff to do. He has a life to take care of before he could get to it. But yeah, I know a couple of people that want a couple of G bodies. Monte Carlo SS and it really is the Monte Carlo, because in South Florida we still do the Olds. We do the Oldsmobile, we do the Cutlass, but for us in South Florida, it really is Grand Nationals if you could find one, and definitely the Monte Carlo SS is like duh, like that goes without saying, right? Yeah, but the G bodies, yeah, that it really, yeah, we do Oldsmobile Cutlasses down here, we do, right? But yeah, it really is the money in the Grand National, right? Definitely the money. Because Grand Nationals are too rare and they're expensive now. So, man. Oh, look, is that Mr. Z being multifaceted? Did I just switch from talking about trolls in the comments to talking about cars? In no time. Look at that. Huh. Charles said, I love my old Park Avenue. You'll get your Oldsmobile Buick G-body GM product driving ass up out of here. No, I'm messing with you, Trill. Right? Grab second year Eddie says, I love Grand National G bodies. Everybody does. That's the problem. Everyone does. Right? That's the problem. That's why it's so goddamn expensive. And God forbid you actually get a GNX, which, by the way, that's like almost impossible to find. And if you do, you're going to be paying out the ass for it. Trill said, I'm a GM Dusty. Trill said, I want it all. Give me the Vets, the Camaros, the Impalas, the Monis. Give me, I want them all. Right? The Cadillacs, give me them all. Right? The CTSVs, shout out to that second generation CTSV. One of my best friends, he wants all of them. He wants the second generation was the one that came coupe, sedan, and wagon. He said he want them all. Right? Trail said, Trail said, yep, the G, all of them. Regals, Cutlass, Monte Carlo, all the G bodies. right? Wait a minute. I feel like I've heard this before. Huh. Sounds like Inky. Huh. Someone sounding like they might have interacted with Z before and got that work. I recall calling someone cheese throat, melted cheese throat in the comments. I recall saying that somebody, there we go. Well, unfortunately for you, I got 3 more minutes. So we're about to make our closing. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It only took you about 2 months. You finally caught up. Are you done huffing and puffing? Right? Oh, man. Anyway, on that note, we're going to pause right here. Shout out to Passport OG for this. I think Passport OG did a great job critiquing this. It's really it's disheartening, y'all. Right? Homegirl, she's in. Bro, you're married to a judge, lady. So, excuse me, stop, wrong way. You are married to an attorney. You have a black man on your side. You are an attorney married to an attorney, and you're speaking to a black male judge. Like all the stuff white women keep on, excuse me, black women. Oh, look at that Freudian slip. Look at that. All the things that black women keep on complaining about, this lady had, and she still couldn't keep it together. Right? Let's say that again. All the things that black women complain about, this black woman had. She's doing well in life. Her husband clearly is doing well in life. She speaking in front of a black male judge who would be a bit more, kind in whatever situation she might have going on, and she couldn't keep it together. She couldn't humble herself. She couldn't play her role. She was trying to speak over her own husband. So that lets you know y'all just want negative liberty. That's why I brought that term into space. Shout out to PK Angel. That's why I use it all the time. Y'all just want to do what y'all want to do, however y'all want to do it, and have a man subsidize it, a black man subsidize it. And subsidize might be paying for it financially or with his own life or with his reputation or with his career. And this lady at least put her husband, excuse me, not even her man, her husband's career and reputation and both of their livelihood on the line for a couple of minutes of disrespecting a judge. Absolutely insane. Right? Absolutely insane. Because you just want to practice negative liberty. Talk to whoever you want, however you want, especially a black man. Oh, God. Right? And on that note, everyone, we would truly pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Yeah, go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. Salty Balls, thanks for joining. All the new brothers in here, thanks for being in here. Right? Make yourselves at home. This is another Black Manosphere channel. Right? Much to Inky's chagrin. Right? I should be doing a panel discussion on Friday, knock on wood. Hopefully life doesn't take me off that course. So whoever is new, y'all are welcome. Dear trolls, you won't make it. I'm just letting you know, you won't make it. So we will pause right here truly, and y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out. Whatever you do, for the love of God, go check out other non-Black Manosphere content so y'all don't sound like some of these trolls out here who 2 months later are trying to troll in the comments. I'm just saying. We out.